Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Today we will try Nivarana session again. Today is number 3, Sloth and Torpor. Tina Meta. Tina is the laziness or sluggish of Chitta consciousness. Meta is the sluggishness of mental fetters. They are nearly same. Mind and mental fetter, they distinguish. So this sloth and torpor, sloth and torpor is also one type of hindrance. Buddha says, Sandawa ijadantina meda atime ijadantina medanti bhajanati. Asandawa ijadantina medanatime ijadantina medanti bhajanati. Yatha ja nubana sa tina meda sa ubada hodi dinja bhajanati. Yatha ja ubana sa tina meda sa bahana hodi dinja bhajanati. Yatha ja bahina sa tina meda sa ayade nubada hodi dinja bhajanati. There be sloth and torpor in him, a bhikkhu understands there is sloth and torpor in me. Or there be no sloth and torpor in him, a bhikkhu understands there is no sloth and torpor in me. He also understands how there comes to be sloth and torpor in him, how there comes to be the no arising of sloth and torpor in him, or how there comes to be the rising of sloth and torpor which have not yet arisen before. And he also understands how there comes to be the abandoning of the rising sloth and torpor. And he also understands how there comes to be the non-future arising of abundant sloth and torpor. So altogether 5 sentences. If there is sloth and torpor, you should try to understand. There is sloth and torpor in me. If you do not understand, you cannot contemplate as nature to matter, because you do not understand. Sloth and torpor arises as a cognitive process. As a cognitive process, it associated with craving, love, as well as dosa, hatred. So, if you get this greed, love group, then you can also discern this sloth and torpor. For example, you may have wrong view. If you see the face of children, this is the path leading to the heaven. Such type of wrong view you may have. With such wrong view, you try to enjoy sensual pleasures. At that day, sometimes you have strong desire to enjoy by yourself these sensual desires. But sometimes someone may be urged or prompt you to enjoy these sensual desires. So if someone prompts you to enjoy these sensual desires, then at that day, this sloth and torpor is associated. But in this case, while meditating, how sloth and torpor can arise? This is mental laziness only. Mental laziness. While you are meditating, sometimes you may have laziness. Why this laziness appear? Because of unwise attention. What is unwise attention? In this case, when you are meditating, now you are nearly too much. Sometimes laziness may appear in your mind. Laziness visit to your mind. At that time, you may think, oh, this meditating subject is not possible for me to attain any jhana. So you have lazy mind. At that time, you want to do something. Something means, oh, if I go back to home, it will be very good. In this way, you may think. So, some type of attachment may appear in your mind. At that time, this laziness may appear. But when you are meditating, sometimes sometimes there is also sleepiness will appear. If sleepiness appear, you have no intention to remove, to dispel this sleepiness. You don't want to pay attention meditation object. You are trying to sleep. Again. In this way, you do not try to dispel this sleepiness. At that time, your mind is associated with sloth and torpor. But at that time, greed is very weak, maybe. Because that greed means you have attachment, that sleepiness. Such type of mind only, when you are meditating. You have a little bit attachment to sleep. Such type of attachment, very weak attachment. That attachment is associated with mental laziness, this sloth and torpor. Okay? At the time, if you sloth and torpor visit to your mind, then you should try to understand there is sloth torpor in me. How you should try it? You must discern your bhavanga mind. I want to explain this again. Many times I had to explain. Now some meditators now they are practicing jhana. When they are discerning jhana factors, they can see this bhavanga mind clearly. But this is really metaphorically we say bhavanga mind. Bhavanga is called mind. There are 6 doors: eye door, ear door, nose door, tongue door, body door, mind door. Why they are called door? This door is the place to come in, to come out. Is it true? In the same way, many cognitive process, many mentalities from this door also coming in, coming out. From this door also coming in, coming out. From here, in the same way. Coming in, coming out. So they are like doors. Because of this reason, metaphorically they are also give one name, door. Eye door, ear door, nose door, tongue door, body door, mind door. Depending on eye door consciousness arises. Eye door cognitive process arises. In the same way, depending on ear door cognitive process arises. Depending on nose door cognitive process arises. Depending on tongue door cognitive process arises. Depending on body door cognitive process arises. In the same way, depending on mind door cognitive process arises. So, eye door cognitive process completely different. Eye door is here, eye transparent element only. Depending on eye transparent element, eye door cognitive process arises. But in this eye door cognitive process, only eye consciousness mind movement arises depending on eye door. Other different types of mind movements arise depending on heart phase. But to give one name is necessary, this cognitive process. So in this cognitive process, eye consciousness is special consciousness. Because depending on that I consciousness, this cognitive process keeps one I do cognitive process. In the same way here, do nose to tongue do body do also say. Here mind do boinga. Depending on mind do boinga. Boinga is called mind do. Depending on boinga mind do cognitive process arise. So mind do cognitive process now you are paying attention anapana. This is also mind do cognitive process. If you attain jhana, this is also mind do cognitive process. You are trying 4 elements meditation. You are discerning by Garida restless. This is also mind do cognitive process. Mind do cognitive process work. Many work. All samatha jhanas are mind do cognitive process. All insight knowledge are mind do cognitive process only. So, but this boinga mind do is metaphorically it's called mind do. Metaphorically means that boinga mind state arises depending on heart phase. That boinga mind state can produce uncountable mind produce kalabas. Among these kalabas, in every kalaba there is kala. That kala is luminous bright. This is one. In each kalaba there is fire element, tejo, temperature. That fire temperature also can produce new generations. In each generation, in each kalaba there is also kala. That kala also luminous and bright. Combination of these two types of colors are begin here luminous, transparent, like mirror. But real boinga mind is cause. Boinga mind is cause. Mind produce kalabas are effect, cause and effect only. Metaphorically, this effect is also called mind only. Real mind boinga is you cannot see now. Not like mirror. Metaphorically, this is called mind only. Boinga mind state is for persons who had associated with wisdom faculty. There are 34 mental fetters usually. These 34 mental fetters now you cannot see because now you are practicing only samatha. Only you are discerning ultimate mentality, other than you will understand this boinga. To differentiate this boinga, we usually use 2 words together, boinga, mind. In this way we use only. Okay. You should discern boinga, mind. After discerning boinga, mind, then you should pay attention to this sloth and torpor. But this sloth and torpor always arises depending on always arise with associated mental formations according to cognitive process. So you should try to see this cognitive process and associated mental formations. There may be sometimes 22, sometimes there may be 20, etc. These mental formations you should try to discern. But taking which object? While you are meditating now, really sloth and torpor is rising because your sleepiness is always coming. Other day, you may have a little bit attachment to that sleepiness. That sleepiness attachment is called greed. That greed is there maybe 18 mental fetters or 20 mental fetters or 22 mental fetters maybe. If we plus sloth and torpor, there may be 20 or 22, etc. So this mental formation you should try to discern. Referring to this stage, Buddha explained, there being sloth and torpor in him, if Bhikkhu understands there is sloth and torpor in me. This is one. There being no sloth and torpor in him, he understands there is no sloth and torpor in me. How he should try? He must try another mental formations also. Taking different objects, for example, taking color as object, he must discern Indo-cognitive process, mind-cognitive process, etc. Sound, smell, taste, tangible objects in mind, Dhamma objects. Taking different objects, we must discern. When he is discerning at the time, so in some cognitive process, there is no sloth and torpor. At the day, sloth and torpor is absent. When sloth and torpor is absent, he should try to understand, oh, sloth and torpor is absent from me. In this way, he should try to discern. Because other cognitive processes arise in passing way. For example, you are practicing anapana. When nimitta appear, you should focus on the nimitta. At that time, if you want to discern here mental fetters, you can see 34 mental fetters. Among these 34 mental fetters, there is no sloth and torpor. If there is no sloth and torpor, you should try to understand, oh, there is no sloth and torpor in me. If it is so, you must discern this all at 6 to ultimate mentality. If you want to discern these 6 to ultimate mentalities, then if you want to discern Indo-cognitive process mentality, then you must discern I-transparent element, I-sensitivity, or Indo. And here, we got Mindo, both together. Then you should pay attention to a group of small particles. When this color impinge, a group of small particles color impinge both those at the time, Indo-cognitive process as well as Mindo-cognitive process will arise successfully for many times. If it is so, then before you are discerning ultimate mentality or Indo-cognitive process, you must already discern I-sensitivity. This is materiality. Then you must discern Mindo. This is also metaphorically, this is also materiality. So without discerning ultimate mentality, without discerning ultimate materiality, you cannot understand, you cannot discern ultimate materiality. Then this Indo-cognitive process, Mindo-cognitive process, realize kala. Kala is what? A group of small particles kala. Then you must try to see these small particles. You must also analyze these small particles. Then at that time you can understand kala clearly. So if it is so, then you must also try to discern ultimate materiality before you are discerning ultimate mentality. So if it is so, if you discern 6 to cognitive process, at that time you will understand you already discern ultimate materiality as well as ultimate mentality. Okay? Then another sentence is Yathaja Anubanasa Kami Chandasa Ubado Hodi. Anubanasa Chinamidasa Ubado Hodi Dinja Pajanadi. How they are comes to be the rising of no reason, sloth and torpor. At that time you should try to discern dependent origination. You must discern cause and effect. How this comes to be. This is another sentence. Then another sentence is Yathaja Ubanasa Kamichanda Chinamidasa Pahana Hodi Dinja Pajanadi. He also understands how there comes to be the abandoning of reason, sloth and torpor. At that time, you will understand while you are practicing samatha. For example, you attain jhana. That jhana, samatha also, samatha jhana concentration also can remove this sloth and torpor temporarily, because you can maintain your concentration 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, etc. At that time, sloth and torpor is absent. So this is temporarily removing only, temporarily removing. But another is when you are practicing vipassana, you discern all mentality, materiality, including sloth and torpor. You contemplate them as nature, dukkha, anatta. That insight knowledge also temporarily remove the sloth and torpor. But when your insight become mature, One day you may attain path improving knowledge. At the end of your insight knowledge, path improving knowledge will arise, realizing Nibbana as object. That path improving knowledge, systematically they will remove stage by stage, or they will dispel this sloth and torpor. So, you should try to understand. Samatha consciousness, samatha jhana also can remove the sloth and torpor temporarily. Vipassana insight also can remove sloth and torpor temporarily. Then, if you add a hardship, that rahapa will destroy sloth and torpor completely without reminder. But you may ask, is there no sleepiness for arhats? How do you think? There may be one problem. One problem is one day Venerable Mahamoggallana is meditating diligently. Diligently means maybe I think on the full moon day of January or maybe February, around this, they became Sotapannas by listening one stanza from Venerable Assaji. Assaji is the youngest bhikkhu among 5 group bhikkhus. Venerable Sariputta to be one Paripajaka Upadesa. He listened this stanza from Venerable Assaji. Yedama Hetu Bhava Desa Hetu Datagato Aha etc. This stanza is relating Four Noble Truths only. Our teacher, great Samana, teach the noble truth of suffering, the origin of the noble truth of suffering, the noble truth of cessation of suffering, the noble truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering. Only this he realized quickly. He became Sotapanna. Then again he go back to his Venerable Mahamoggallana to be Kalita. He also retold this stanza again to Venerable Mahamoggallana. He also, while listening this stanza, he also became Sotapanna. Why? Because they have fulfilled their paramis 1 asankya in 100,000 aeons. In time of Anoma Dasi Buddha, 1 asankya 100,000 aeons ago, in the world there appears Anoma Dasi Buddha. Maybe 100,000 years lifespan. At that time, they practice under the guidance of Anomadasi Buddha, Samatha and Vipassana. Up to Sankharupaka Jnana stage, they already understand ultimate mentality, ultimate materiality by their direct knowledge. This is the noble truth of suffering. They already understand dependent origination. This is the noble truth of the origin of suffering. These two noble truths they already understand. They contemplate them as anicca or dukkha or anatta. How long? 100,000 years. So they diligently practice up to Sankharupaka Jnana stage, the knowledge of equanimity towards formations. But they cannot attain any noble stage. Why? They want to become chief disciples. Both of them, they altogether wish for to become chief disciples. So Namadasi Buddha also sees they will become chief disciples of our Gautama Buddha. So Namadasi Buddha also gave sure definite prophecy. Niyata Pradita. So because of this reason, they cannot attain any noble stage. So within this many 1,000,000 uncountable eons, and then 100,000 eons. Within these many eons, whenever they got any opportunity, they practice samatha as well as vipassana. Because of these paramis, when they listen a short stanza related to Four Noble Truths, they quickly understand, because previously they already had understand these Four Noble Truths. Four Noble Truths, they do not understand supra mundane Four Noble Truths, but mundane Four Noble Truths they already understand. Mundane Four Noble Truths means here, Nirodha Seja means the cessation of noble truth of suffering. But in this case, Vipassana insight also can understand the cessation of noble truth of suffering. This is not asangata nibbana, unconditioned element. This cessation is because of the rising of causes. The five aggregates rise. Because of the complete cessation of causes, Vijatana, Upadana, Sankhara, Kama, ignorance, craving, clinging, volition and formations, and karmic force. Because of these five causes cease completely without remainder, five aggregates also cease completely without remainder at the pre-nibbana stage. So Vipassana insight can understand these two types of cessation. The complete cessation of cause, complete cessation of effect, five aggregates. Vipassana insight can see this complete cessation also called Nirodha Seja. This Nirodha Seja can be understood by Vipassana insight knowledge. Then that insight knowledge, five noble four parts are present. Five means samadhi. Their samadhi insight understands the five aggregates. So this is noble truth of suffering. Their samadhi understand the origin of suffering. This is dependent origination. They already understand. Then their samadhi understands because of the complete cessation of causes, five aggregates cease completely without remainder. This is Nirodha Seja. Their samadhi also understand insight knowledge, because while they are contemplating vipassana, they must also contemplate insight knowledge also nature. For example, here, ultimate materiality also nature. The insight knowledge also nature. They must contemplate. At that time, they can see their samadhi. Then, together with samadhi, there is application of the mind to the dukkha seja object, to the samudaya seja object, to the nirodha seja object, to the mundane noble truth, the path leading to the noble truth of suffering, mundane vegga seja object. So, samadhi, samasagapa is present. At that time, mindfulness of these noble truths also present, because they are always associated. Then there is samavayama, right effort, trying to understand these mundane four noble truths. This effort is also present. Then samasamadhi, right concentration. At that time they have jhana concentration as well as vipassana concentration. Both concentrations are present in there. So samadhi, right understanding, samasangapa, right thinking, samavayama, right effort, samasati, right mindfulness, samasamadhi, right concentration. These five noble parts are present in their insight knowledge. When they are contemplating their insight knowledge, they can clearly see these five noble parts. But before they are practicing vipassana, or when they are practicing vipassana, they already taking precepts. So there is samavacha, right speech, samagamada, right action, samajiva, right livelihood. These three are also present. So altogether, noble eightfold path, mundane noble eightfold path. So they already understand these four noble truths. by insight knowledge many times. So because of this reason, while they are listening short stanza, they easily understand the Four Noble Truths, because at that time their parami also become mature. Because before they are seeing Venerable Asaji, they are practicing samatha diligently. Because there is no teacher to show how to practice vipassana, they cannot practice. At that time, in India there are many teachers who can teach samatha meditation, like Alara, Udaga, etc. There are many teachers. Our Bodhisattva, before enlightened one, he also practiced under the guidance of Alara Udaga. He tried 8 attainments. In the same way, Venerable Sariputta, Venerable Mahamoggallana, whenever they hear any teacher who can teach meditation, they go and they learn and they can practice this samatha very easy. So they have enough concentration. Their parami also become mature. Because of this reason, when listening is stanza, short stanza, they begin enlightened one, but they begin Sotapanna only. After when they begin Sotapanna, on that evening they went to Willuwana monastery, where Buddha was at that staying, dwelling in that monastery. So Buddha called them Ehi Bhikkhu. Oh, bhikkhus, please come. Practice in this dispensation. I already expounded well. Please practice in this dispensation. In this way, Buddha they became bhikkhus. With already balls and rocks are already. It is not necessary to shake. All are became ready. So on that evening, all became 8 bhikkhus. But except Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Mahamoggallana, their disciples altogether 250, they all became arhats on that day when Buddha expounded one Dhamma, one discourse. All became arhat, but these two cannot become arhat. So Venerable Mahamoggallana, they gave permission from the Buddha. He went to a village. Nearby there is a deep forest, Kangla Wala Buddha Kama village. And then in that forest he practiced diligently samatha and vipassana for 7 days without sleeping. He practiced diligently, only just walking, standing and sitting only. But on 7th day, when he is meditating, sleepiness appeared in him. At that day, Buddha visited to him, and Buddha gave 7 instructions, 8 instructions. Number 1 is, one should pay no attention to the descending drowsiness. While meditating, drowsiness appears. They should not pay attention to this drowsiness. If they pay attention to that drowsiness, then sleepiness will be more and more. What they should pay? They should pay attention to their own meditation object only. If they do not pay their own meditation object, if they pay attention to that drowsiness, then drowsiness will become stronger and stronger. This is one method. Another method is, one should reflect on the Dhamma. If drowsiness or sleepiness cannot be dispelled, then you should reflect or you should review the Dhamma. Especially in this case, Dhamma means the teachings of Buddha, such as Paridas or Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, Anattalakkana Sutta, etc. You should, if you memorize these Dhammas, then you should reflect by mentally these Dhammas. This is changing the object only. If you pay attention, for example, you are practicing Anapana, and then the sleepiness appears, Then if you get addition this anapana again, the sleepiness will be increased. Because of this reason, you should change a little bit object. You should change Dhamma, this review mentally only. You should review these Dhammas. If you cannot memorize Dhammas, then you should memorize Iti Piso Bhagava. Okay? You can recite this. Then another is number 3. One should repeat or recite the Dhamma. If you memorize mentally, the sleepiness is still there, then you should recite verbally. Verbally, Iti Piso Bhagava Araha Sama Sambuddha, etc. In this way you should recite. Then drowsiness or sleepiness will disappear. Then number 4, if it is not work well, then number 4, one should put both earlobes, and rub, massage the limbs with the hands. You should have like that, etc. In this way you should do. But if it is also not work, sleepiness is still there, then you should try number 5. One should get up from the sitting position. Apply water and rub the eyes. And then look into the distance. You should try, you should look at distance. At the constellations in the starry sky. You should try to see starry sky. Many stars you should try to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. in this way. If you do in this way, then Sloth and Torpor may disappear. If it is not okay, then number 7. One should reflect on the perception of light. One should reflect on the perception of light. There are 2 types. Some meditators, they cannot yet see light. For those, they should open their eye and they should see these lights, etc. If daytime, then you should try to see sunlight. If nighttime, then you should try to see starlights, moonlights, etc. All these electric lights. Different types of light you should try to see. If it is so, then this sleepiness may disappear. Sloth and Torpor may disappear. But if it is not work in this way, then number 7, or another one. In this case, Venerable Mahamoggalana practicing divine and sex power, because he is expert in sex power. So at that time, he is also practicing divine and sex power. He can practice along, he can meditate along the kasina. He can practice aloga kasina as a foundation for divine and sex power. Because of this reason, Buddha suggests him to practice this divine and sex power. Okay. When they are practicing divine and sex power, they must especially emphasize aloga kasina, like kasina. They should try to spread this light kasina up to infinite universe. And they should concentrate on that light kasina up to 4th jhana. If they attain up to 4th jhana, at that time light will be very strong and powerful. Then they should extend this light up to infinite universe. Then they should practice 1st jhana, 2nd jhana, 3rd jhana, up to excess concentration of 4th jhana. At that time, light will be very strong. If night time, if he try in this way, like kasina, aloga kasina, daytime also he must try in the same way. Night time also he must try in the same way. Then there will be no difference day and night for him. The whole day and the whole night will be light. everywhere. You should try again in this way. Then, if leg is very strong, then you can dispel sloth and torpor or sleepiness. This is for Venerable Mahamoggallana, Buddha's suggestion. But for many meditators, if they can practice Aloka Kasina, at that time, they should go back to Aloka Kasina. It is better. When they are practicing Aloka Kasina, they should try to extend this Kasina circle up to infinite universe, and then they should concentrate on that Kasina object up to fourth jhana. At that time, because of the fourth jhana concentration, Kasina light will become strong and powerful. Because of this reason also, sleepiness or sloth and torpor will disappear. But if they are practicing Anapana, for example, they should go back to Anapana again. While they are practicing Anapana, if they see Nimitta, then they should concentrate on that Nimitta up to fourth jhana stage. When they reach up to fourth jhana stage, light will be very strong, powerful. And then also this sleepiness or sloth and torpor will disappear. Okay. This is one way. Then number 7. When this way also fall, not successful, to dispel sloth and torpor. Another way is one should fix the thought on the walking meditation path, aware of the ends of it with the senses turned inwards and the mind keeps kept in. The meaning is he should get up. He should get up and walk on the walking path. While he is walking path, he should not pay attention any object. He should pay attention only the end of walking path and turn back and then another end of walking path. At that time, he should get his mind in his body only. In other words, he should get his mind in his meditation on his meditation object only. So while walking, he must contemplate his meditation object. While he is practicing Anapana, he should practice while walking. When he is practicing 4 elements meditation, he should practice 4 elements meditation while walking. In this way, when they are walking, they should practice their own meditation subject only. Then this is another way. But if it is also not what, how you should do? Please sleep. Please sleep for few minutes only, not for a long time. When I will get up, you should decide before sleeping. I will get up maybe about 3 p.m. 3 a.m. 3 a.m. I will get up about 3 a.m. In this way you should decide, and then please try to sleep. Okay? These are 8 ways to dispel sloth and torpor. So, if you can dispel sloth and torpor in this way, then mind will become fresh. And then please go back to your meditation object. When you can concentrate well, one day, if you can discern ultimate mentality meditation, their causes, and if you can contemplate them as anicca, dukkha, anatta, depending on your parami, you may become arhat. At that time, this sloth and torpor will disappear completely without remainder. Okay. Another one is very dangerous one. Another two is restlessness and remorse. This is very dangerous one. Unwise addition to mental agitation brings about restlessness and remorse. Unwise addition to mental agitation. What is mental agitation? Whether it is true or not, I don't know. Mental agitation is inner turbulence. Is it true? Turbulence.
Turbulence. Yes.
inner turbulence, no external turbulence. This is a very dangerous one. While meditating, they produce many problems. Many problems means while meditating here, go away. While meditating here, go away. Come back, go away, come back, go away. Many times they are very dangerous. So, this is one problem. Another problem is remorse. Everybody had many problems. This is natural. Many problems means they had done wrong actions, wrong speech, wrong livelihoods, in this very lack of a wrong reward. This is natural. Why? Because of this wrong actions, wrong speech, and wrong livelihood, we cannot escape from this wrong reward. This is natural. So everybody has many. Some maybe have many, much, or some maybe have less. This only difference. Everybody has this wrong doing, wrong speech, and wrong livelihood. But if you can remember this wrong action again, then remorse appear. This is, you are accumulating another unwholesome karma. While you are doing wrong speech, or wrong action, or wrong livelihood, at that time also unwholesome, you already accumulated unwholesome karmas. Again you remember this wrong actions, then you feel remorse. This is also, again you are accumulating new unwholesome karmas. Okay. If you again remorse, then again you are accumulating unwholesome karmas again. They will increase. For example, Losaka Tesa. Losaka Tesa is the disciple of Venerable Sariputta. He is named of Kasava Buddha. He is a bhikkhu who stays in the forest. About 2000 years he diligently practiced Samatha Vipassana, but not yet successful. You should not be disappointed. One day, one Arahat goes arms round in the village. The donor of his monastery, he had a lot of confidence to the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. So, when he sees this bhikkhu, he had a lot of confidence, many saddha, full of saddha. So he invited this bhikkhu to his house and he sat. He offered delicious foods. Delicious food, not like this food maybe. Very delicious food. Then after that he invited that Arhat bhikkhu, please stay in my monastery. I already offered this monastery to bhikkhus in such and such a place. So he carried this bhikkhu to his monastery. And then he invited again tomorrow the previous bhikkhu and this new bhikkhu. Both please come to my house for my offer, to accept my offerings. But the previous one, this is Losaka Tesa, he had a lot of jealousy. When he saw this bhikkhu, he felt uncomfortable because of jealousy. So next morning, he alone go to the donor's house. He did not call another new bhikkhu. So he eats there. Oh, when the donor asks, where is another one? Oh, he is very sleepy. He's sleepy. No, get that now. In this way he do. And then after meet the donor, the Dayaga devotee, lay devotee, wash his bowl and offer another different types of foods, very delicious foods. Please carry this food to that new bhikkhu. On the way, he opened his bowl. He see, oh, very delicious food. If that bhikkhu eat this food, he will not go away from this monastery. So he throw on the bunny, fire, but what called, one tree is bunny. On that fire he pulled out this fruit. At that time, Nayu Arhat Bhikkhu understand his nature. So because of this reason, he go away from this sky to somewhere. At that time he saw this Bhikkhu going from the sky. At that time he got a lot of remorse. This is his ahosantama. Whenever he remembers this action, he always feels a happiness, remorse. Again he is accumulating this ahosantama. Whenever he remembers this, then he feel a lot of remorse. So he accumulated ahosantama again within nearly 20,000 years. So although on the other hand, he had purification of virtue. His morality is very good. He tried hard samatha vipassana but not yet successful. Although he had not yet successful up to noble stage, partially he is successful. But near that moment, he remembered this ahosantama again. He feels a happiness. Because of this reason, he cannot control his mind. He cannot dispel this object. This object is appear in his mind in the end of death. So because of this reason, after that he go down here. Many 100,000, many thousand years he suffer in hell. But when our Buddha appeared in this world, at that time he came out from hell and then he was reborn in the fisherman's village. The whole village, when he was pregnant in mother's womb, the whole village cannot catch any fish. All began suffering. So they divide village into two portions. His part, no one can catch any fish. The other part is okay. Then again they divide. Then his part cannot catch anyone. The others okay. Then in this way they divide again. Then only one house. Then his house cannot catch anyone. Then they drive away. Please go. You cannot stay in this village. Then when he is 7 years old, his mother cannot start because they cannot get any suitable food because of him. So he drive away, give him one cut in his hand. Please go and please pack food for yourself. Then please go and drive away. After that only they can do their work well. One day Venerable Sariputta saw him. He feel a lot pity. So because of this reason he ordained him as his samnera. But taking this samnera, when he is going for alms round in the village, no one noticed him. Remorse is very dangerous. So he never eats enough food the whole life. So one day he take permission, but he tried hard meditation, but he became arhat. Although he became arhat, whenever someone pour some food in his bowl, the food disappear because of his ahosantama. Because of this reason, one day he take permission from Venerable Sariputta, he will take Pranidhana. So Venerable Sariputta want to feed him one food, enough food. So please stay here. I will come back. When I am come back at that day, only please trying to take food. So in this way, Venerable Sariputta only he went to the village for alms. Then he got enough alms. At that time he want to go back to monastery. Then devotees ask, oh please do not go back. Please take me here. Oh, there is one my disciple. Oh, for your disciple we will send. Then they let's send other people to the monastery. That people also don't want to go to monastery, they eat on the way. All finished. So when Venerable Sariputta go back to the monastery, if you get any meat, oh nothing. Venerable Sariputta again take the bowl and then go Vindabhada to the village. then he got a lot Chatu Madu. Do you understand Chatu Madu? Yeah. Chatu Madu is oil, butter, ghee, oil, butter, honey, sugar. These four mixed together. Maybe there's ratio. So mixed together, this is called Chatu Madu. So a lot Chatu Madu. And then in this case, he understands not to give. Because if he pour out in his bowl, all will disappear, he understands. So because of this, he grasps his bowl. Please take. So on that day only he take enough food and then bring the body. So because of this reason, this sloth and torpor, the remorse is very dangerous. Because of jealousy. So you should dispel this remorse again. Then how you should try to rebel this remorse? Buddha says, Sandawa ijada odecha kokocha atime ijada odecha kokocha di pajanadi asandawa ijada odecha kokocha natime ijada odecha kokocha di pajanadi yathaja nubanasa odecha kokocha sa ubada hodi tenja pajanadi yathaja ubanasa odecha kokocha sa pahana hodi tenja pajanadi yathaja Vahinasa odeja kokocha sa ayade nubado hodi tincha pajanadi. There be remorse and restless and remorse. A bhikkhu understands there is remorse, restless and remorse in me. And there be no remorse, no restless and remorse in him. He understands there is no restless and remorse in him. He also understands how there comes to be the rising of no arising restlessness and remorse. And he also understands how there comes to be the abandoning of reason, restlessness and remorse. He also understands how there comes to be the non-future arising of abundant restlessness and remorse. In this way Buddha taught. So, if there is restless and remorse, you should try to understand there is restless and remorse in me. How you should try? You must discern the restless and remorse again. This is Odija Kokocha. Odija is restless mind. It is always accompanied with all unwholesome tamas. Remorse is one type of dosa, unhappiness mind. So that dosa group also you should try to discern. At that time you will understand how you became restless, how you have restless, how you have remorse. Taking different objects. So taking these different objects, if you feel happiness, remorse, then you should take again this object. You should discern Boinga, you should take this object. Then when this object appears in your mind, then the remorse will appear. But restless is always associated with all unwholesome tamas. You can do any unwholesome tamas, no problem. You will understand restless. Okay. Then, if there is no restlessness and remorse, you should try to understand there is no restless and remorse in me. Other cognitive process arise. When other cognitive processes, especially wholesome tamas, such as samatha, vipassana, cognitive process arising passing away at that time, this restless and remorse will not appear in your mind. You should also try to understand this. So you must discern all mentality, materiality, including restless and remorse. At that time you will understand, oh, there is restless and remorse, there is no restless and remorse. In this way you will be able to understand well. Then another is, you must contemplate this ultimate mentality, materiality as nature together with their causes. When you are inside become which you are, then one day you may realize Nibbana. Your path and approach knowledge which realize Nibbana will destroy defilement stage by stage. But remorse can be destroyed by non-Radhana path knowledge. Restless can be destroyed only by Arahant path knowledge. So please try to attain Rahasya. At that time, you will understand. My friend never will visit to me. Okay. Then another is commentary explains 6 ways to remove restlessness and remorse. Number 1, being learned in the Buddha's teaching. If you have a lot of learning knowledge, then you can also easily remove this restless and remorse, because you already understand Buddha's teaching, how to practice samatha, how to practice vipassana, how to destroy these defilements. Many knowledges are mentioned in the Buddha's teaching. If you become a learned one, then you can easily understand how to remove this restlessness and remorse. Then another is, number 2 is questioning. If you do not understand thoroughly, then you should ask teachers. It is also good. Then number 3 is understanding of disciplinary rules. You should try to understand Vinaya rules. Vinaya rules are we must follow for purification of virtue. We must follow these Vinaya rules taught by Buddha. You should also try to understand these rules. If you understand these rules, then remorse will be disappear. Restless also may be slowly disappear. Why? Remorse is remembering bad actions which you had done previously. But if you understand Vinaya rules thoroughly, monastic rules, monastic code, they oneself in the practice of Dhamma, like morality. There are many senior bhikkhus who understand Vinaya rules thoroughly. If he do not understand thoroughly, then he should associate with these such bhikkhus. But if he associate with bad bhikkhus, and I know that many remorse will appear. So very dangerous. Association with good friends or good teachers also necessary. The number 5 is sympathetic and helpful companionship. Who you should associate with teachers who practice metta bhavana, loving kindness, karuna bhavana, sympathetic, compassion, karuna, compassion, meditation. Such teachers you should associate. They will be admonished to you. Oh, such attitude of mine is not good. You should dispel this attitude of mine. Such attitude of mine is very good. You should try to develop such attitude of mine. In this way, they will admonish. So, because of this reason, association with good teachers also necessary. Number 6 is stimulating thought that helps the rejection of restlessness and remorse. To repel, to dispel this remorse and restless, suitable thought is necessary. They are chattering too much. 1 hour, 2 hours. While they are meditating, these different objects are always visiting one by one. So that unsuitable thought is not necessary. While you are talking about meditation, it is okay, no much problem. But only few words, it will be better. If you talk for a long time, then concentration will decrease. So talking is very dangerous. So altogether there are 6 ways. But if you want to remove this, then you should try to discern ultimate mentality, ultimate material in their causes, and then you must contemplate it as nature dukkha anatta. This is first way. Okay. Any question?
Sayadaw, you had asked the question earlier whether or not an arhat becomes sleepy. And I'm wondering, would the arhat become sleepy?
Yes, sorry.
And would it become any of these other things?
Yes, I forgot. Because of bodily tiredness, sleepiness may arise, but not because of sloth and torpor. Because of bodily tiredness, like Venerable Mahamoggalana. Because he is diligently practicing Samatha Vipassana for 7 days without sleeping. Here, how many persons? Including me. So, because of bodily tiredness, sleepiness may appear for some arhats, not because of sloth and torpor.
For any chance of attainment, so much seems to depend on the paramis. Is there a way I can look at my own and find out if I have any chance?
Yes. Maybe if you reach dependent origination stage, while you are descending, you are dependent origination, especially past causes, other than you can see. But I research many meditators. Usually they have parami, but for some meditators, their parami is a little bit far away. Between there are many lives. These lives they do not meditate, but they had been practiced Samatha Vipassana maybe 10 lives ago or 20 lives ago in this way. So because of this reason, between these two, if they have a lot of suffering means they were reborn in woeful states. So at the time, their parami is a little bit far away. Because of this reason, in this very life, when they are meditating, they cannot meditate well. This is one reason. Another reason is, according to Lady Sayadaw's opinion, Lady Sayadaw is a famous meditator in our country, maybe more than 100 years ago. According to his opinion, everybody must have parami. At least they had been practiced 4 elements meditation in previous life. It is enough, he thinks. 4 elements meditation, only 12 characteristics. If they had been practiced these 12 characteristics in previous life, it is enough for their attainment of nobleship. But if they had been discerned ultimate materiality and mentality, this is very good. But if they had been discerned ultimate mentality and materiality, their causes, dependent origination, it is second good. But if they had been contemplate this ultimate mentality material in their causes as nature, dukkha, anatta, up to the Sankarupaka Jnana stage, the knowledge of equanimity towards formations, it is better, best. This is best. But I research many meditators. So there is one meditator who had been practiced in previous life, close to previous life, as a bhikkhu. He had been practiced anapana up to 4th jhana. It is very easy. Then, based on this samatha, he discerned ultimate materiality and ultimate mentality. And then he contemplated them as nature, dukkha, anatta. It is okay. But he did not practice dependent origination. This is his problem. Because of this reason, as a bhikkhu in previous life, although he meditated, he cannot attain any nobleship. But in this very life, I teach him 4 elements meditation. Within 1 day or 2 days, he can see kalabas. Very easy. Within 12 days, he can already discern ultimate mentality, materiality. Very quick. And then I teach dependent origination. At that time, only little bit delay. Although it is delay, maybe within 1 month, he can practice vipassana thoroughly. So, some meditators, they had to be accumulated their parami in many lives ago. So if it is very far away, sometimes they may delay. But if it is very close, they are very quick. But we should not investigate too much about parami. If we attain noble shape, it is very good. But if you cannot attain, then we are accumulating parami now. Okay? Any question? Okay, okay.
So if it's better not to commit any bad acts.
Yes, yes. Please forget it is better.
But if you did, if you were angry or if you committed a bad act, is it then better not to have remorse so that you don't enter these unwholesome? I mean, how can you have a bad act without remorse? And if you have a bad act, and you have remorse, it sounds like it's worse for you. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes.
It is. It's worse.
Once means you are accumulating new wholesome karma. Previously you had been accumulated a wholesome karma. This is one. Now if you remember, you feel remorse. This is again you are accumulating new wholesome karma. Again you remember, then you feel happiness, remorse. This is you are accumulating new wholesome karma. Again, if you remember, then again you feel remorse. Then you are accumulating many wholesome karmas. If one is not so strong enough, many is very strong.
Boy, I'm in trouble.
Yes, trouble. So because of this reason, if you can forget, it is better. If you cannot forget, then please try meditate. Then please try jhana. Maybe within 1 hour, 2 hours, if you can maintain your concentration, at that time you will not remember. This jhana is very powerful. Then based on this jhana, you should try to contemplate nature, dukkha, anatta. Then you may attain noble shape. You should emulate Venerable Angulimala. Do you know Angulimala? Yes. He killed many people.
Yes.
But he did not remorse. He practiced hard diligently. Then he became Rahat. When he became Rahat, all unwholesome karmas finished. They cannot produce any more. Not only unwholesome karmas, but wholesome karmas also cannot produce any new existence. All cease completely. He can forget everything.
Then what's the difference between remorse and repentance?
Repentance also similar
Like confess.
To make amends for something. To repent, to make amends.
Repentance, repentance is confessing confessing his fault. Please excuse me. I had been done such and such wrongdoing, so please forgive me. In this way, he trained forgiveness, to gain forgiveness. This is a good way. Buddha also taught. If you had any wrongdoing to noble ones, maybe for example, if you accuse, then you cannot attain any noble shape, but it cannot be harmed to attain higher place after that. But before that, if you practice samatha vipassana, then you cannot improve. Just one story. Maybe 2 bhikkhus are going for alms round in the village. One Arhat bhikkhu, he had a lot, stomach pain. This is weight problem, because of weight problem. So when they are going early in the morning to the village, at that time, many devotees are not, they were cruel, rice cruel. So they want, in front of one house, they offer cruel to these 2 bhikkhus, because there is many stomach pain. So because of this reason, nearby there is one, many woods, timber woods are putting together. On that floor, he sit and he take, because cruel is very hot. And then the hot cruel, rice cruel will be helpful to go down this way. So he take. But another young bhikkhu, how bad bhikkhu? In such a place, why he should do like that? Very, very hungry bhikkhu. You should not do like that. In this way, he condemned. So, Arhat bhikkhu, he got a lot samvega, spiritual urgency, but he did not tell anything. When they go back to the monastery, he had a lot of pity to that bhikkhu. Have you any academics? Oh, I'm beginning Sotapanna. Then if you begin Sotapanna, you should not practice anymore. In this way, that Arhat bhikkhu do. Then that young bhikkhu think about deeply about this problem. Then he went to confess. Then he went to that Mahathira. When he is going to Mahathira to apologize, and then Mahathira entered into jhana and he creates psych power. He is sitting on the sky and he is good to understand how he is, to understand only. And then he apologized, he do repentance. Then he can mediate well and then no problem. But if they do not do that, do not apologize, then when he meditate, he cannot attain any higher achievement. But Sotapanna is Sotapanna, no problem. But he cannot become Sakadagami or Anagami or Arhat.
Sayadaw, if somebody has a tendency towards restlessness or sloth and torpor, and they're capable of studying dependent origination, they can go back in past lives and see where that originated, or where that may have come up. Is that correct?
Maybe this is Ahosan Dhamma. Ahosan Dhamma's proximate cause is only unwise attention only. This is proximate cause. But first causes cannot produce directly this to the Ahosan Dhammas. But habitual practice can be as a latent tendency can follow.
What was that again?
Habitual practice. As a latent tendency, they can follow along the mental and material series along samsara. My meaning is, while you are accumulating wholesome dhammas in previous life, your wholesome dhamma is surrounded by restless and remorse. For example, you may also have been done wrongdoings in previous life. While you are accumulating wholesome dhammas, you may have a lot of remorse, a lot restless. Your wholesome dhamma is surrounded by this remorse and restless. When this wholesome dhamma produces five aggregates in this very life, then this remorse and restless follow as a latent tendency along the mental series and material series. So because of this reason, in this life also you have a lot of remorse. You may feel a lot of remorse, you may have a lot of restless mind. This is because of previous life. Maybe according to your own language, monkey mind. Monkey mind. As a habitual latent tendency only, but they cannot directly produce.
And one more question. The mental material series that follows from one lifetime to another, where is that stored?
Maybe, so that's a little bit difficult to explain. When you practice dependent origination, other than only you can clearly understand. Here's one tree. One day, that tree can produce fruit. For example, there's one mango tree. One day, when it is become mature, that tree can produce fruit. But when fruit is coming out, that fruit is where?
It's latent potential.
Yes, potentiality. What is this potentiality? If you cut down the tree, if you divide this tree, you cannot see this potentiality. What is potentiality? It is not easy to search for. In the same way only. In mentality, materially, we can see now, we can understand. But as a little tendency only. This is not rising and passing away. As a little energy only. So the energy is formed. It is not easy to explain. Like inside the tree, there is energy to produce potentiality to produce fruit. We can accept form. One day we can see fruit. Because of this reason, inside the tree there is potentiality. In the same way only, one day we can see this result. A lot angry person. We can see it clearly. Oh, he had accumulated horizontal mass. When he is accumulated horizontal mass to produce this aggregate, at that time many angles are surrounded in his horizontal mass. We can clearly understand because of Buddha's teaching. Okay.
So, since we all know we have done some unwholesome karma before, we must have been, so we go as present. And the repentance, the ask for forgiveness can kind of, how to say, get rid of those kind of bad karma, maybe. So, but we don't know who we have done those bad karma to. And so if we just do the repentance in front of Buddha's statues and just say, I must have done something wrong and I hope I can get forgiveness, and will that work?
If you do not know, it is okay, no problem. In front of one bhikkhu or in front of teacher also okay, no problem. But you may have been done wrong, you may have done any wrongdoing for one person. That person also passed away. If you know that person, then you should go to the cemetery on that maybe on that what called?
Tombstone.
And
The marker. This
yes,
tombstone.
On that place you should also do repentance. But if you cannot remember, then in front of teacher or in front of Buddha, then you should do. It is also okay, no much problem. But because of this reason in our country, always every day when they are taking precept, this repentance always do. Every day. Every day they take precept, then every day they do. Because mind is very quick. Sometimes maybe, oh, why she is doing like that? Why she is doing like that? In this way, they may tell. So sometimes we do not understand who is Arhat, who is Sotapanna, who is Noble One. We cannot say easily. Because when they begin Noble One, their body change. Then we can understand this is noble, but body also not change. Because of this reason, it is not easy to understand correctly. No, two bhikkhus. Young bhikkhu do not understand this. Old senior bhikkhu is Arhat. You do not understand.
Thank you very much. I think that released a lot of burden. But another question, so like you just say, sometimes we say, oh, why he did that way, why she did that way. Do we need to really go to that person to apologize, to ask forgiveness, or just...
But that way is, if you got your controlling faculties, it is better. You should not try to see others' faults. It is better. You should practice in this way. But another way is Buddha taught in one sutta, Anamataka Sutta in Samyutta Nikaya. There is no one who had not been your mother or your father or your sister, your son, your daughter, etc. In round of river, everybody can be your father or your mother, your son or your daughter or your husband, etc. Because samsara, the course of round of river is very long. Because of this reason, they may be different, but they are my fathers, they are my mothers, they are my sons, my daughters. In this way, if you can see everybody, then this problem will not disappear.
Sayadaw, I think my parami is not strong enough because I know those kind of teaching, but I do have that kind of feeling about people should do the right thing, instead of just accept what they have done. So I feeling about why should he do this way, those kind. So, but I don't know if I just go to ask forgiveness to the person, I kind of makes things more complicated or what. So just do in front of Buddha, will that be better?
Okay, no much problem, but nowadays, for example, in this country, noble ones will be very rare. So because of this reason, if you confess in front of Buddha, this is also okay. But my suggestion is Sabhisada Kamasaka. All beings have their own karma as their own property. So his karma will produce result to him. My karma will produce to me. In this way, if you give addition, this attitude mind is already slowly less. His karma is his own property. That karma will produce to him. My karma is my own property. That karma will produce to me. In this way, if you can reflect again, then this problem you can forget.
Yes, couple of days ago you told this. I think it's very helpful because when the first thought come up, then the second thought is about the teaching. Just follow. Then the third one is remorse. So I will.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sayadaw, I have a question. It sounds like, I think what you're saying then is that if one criticizes a noble one, there's a problem. And as you said, in America we don't have that many noble ones, but we're constantly criticizing each other. It seems like that's a problem also, huh?
My meaning is it is not good, but if you criticize noble ones, then this wholesome dhamma will be one type of hindrance to adding jhana or magga. This is my meaning only. But this is a wholesome dhamma. To criticize others is not good. So not to criticize how you should practice. You should pretend not to see any other.
Do what? Pretend not
You should pretend not to see anybody. It is better. You should gut your controlling faculties. It is better.
Robert has a question.
I have a question. So they're going back to the business about remorse. In a culture like ours, it's a Judeo-Christian culture. We're taught from the time we're very young that shame or remorse is the road to repentance. So that it's good to feel shame and remorse in a way, because it will be the thing that propels us to repent, to confess and repent. So if that's not true, what is a skillful way to deal with that sense of shame or remorse when we remember something that we regret having done?
Maybe shame is you have shamefulness to remember this wholesome teaching. Do you mean this?
Well, I'm not sure I'm understanding what you're responding to. What I'm saying is that we're taught that shame or remorse are the same in a way, and that's actually the road to repentance. That if we feel remorse, we'll be propelled in some way to repent and to make amends for what we've done wrong. So my question is, if remorse is not a good, if we're just creating bad karma or whatever, what is a skillful way to deal with that feeling when it comes up, when we remember, oh, I did this, I wish I hadn't done that, this was not a nice thing, this was a bad thing. So what is a good, what is a skillful?
If you can forget, it is better. If you cannot forget, this is a problem.
Just forget it.
Yes, but shame and remorse not same. Shame is according to our own traditional way of translation. Shame is shame of bad doings.
Of what?
Bad actions, bad speech, etc.
Mm-hmm.
This is good. Shame is very good. Fear also very good. But remorse is happiness only. Remorse, when you remember this as in you feel
you're
unhappiness.
So you're making a distinction there.
Yes, yes. Unhappiness only. That unhappiness, if you cannot remember, it is better. But if you can remember again, then best way is you should practice samatha vipassana successfully. It is better.
So remorse would be as though if you remembered it and felt unhappy and you just got stuck in your unhappiness.
Yes.
And shame would be
Shame of wrongdoing, wrong action, this is good. Fear of wrongdoing, wrong action, this is also good.
okay.
Remorse maybe regret is better, no? Regret.
Regret. Yes.
Regret.
Rather than shame.
No.
No. Remorse, regret.
Remorse, not remorse, but regret.
Regret. I see.
Regret is really unproductive.
I see. Okay. That's very clear, thank you.
Sayadaw, I have a question about dependent origination. I have to do an example, otherwise I don't know how to ask the question. So let's say that Rita and I, in our past, the life before this one, in the last life, Rita and I, we were both men and we were brothers, and we lived in India. Okay? Okay? We were, okay, so now in this life, we are meditating and we both reach the dependent origination stage. So we can see our past lives and we can see, oh, I lived in India and I had a brother. But do I know that this brother, like, is there something recognizable about that person that when I look at Rita, I know that I recognize that in Rita? Like, is there something? You know what I mean?
Okay,
Is the question clear?
Please try. You know my meaning is this. When you are accumulating Hoswantama in previous life, if you had been accumulated together, it is very easy. But if you do separately, it is not easy. Together means maybe when you are paying attention to previous life, to these causes, dependent origination, for example, you may see a group of persons, 4 or 5, for example, together they are offering flowers to the Buddha or to the Jediya. At the day, this object appears near that moment in your past life. That object appears in your window. Then you should face to this Namarupa mentality materiality slowly up to really you are offering as a group flowers to the Jediya. Jediya, do you know Buddha? So at the day, there are 4 or 5 persons. Then you should try to discern one person, mentality, materiality, beginning 4 elements. Because at the time, when you are discerning dependent origination, you must already be discern ultimate mentality, materiality, internally and externally. At the time only you can discern first Namarupa, mentality, materiality. So, when you are discerning one person, mentality, you must begin 4 elements at that time. 4 elements of that person. You should discern 4 elements. When you see clubbers, you should analyze these clubbers. Then you can discern ultimate materiality. Then, if you discern 6 places, then you can discern ultimate mentality, especially heart place. If you can discern heart place, you can see Poenga Bando. And that at that time Poenga Bando. Then again you can discern forward and backward mentality, materiality. You can see Namarupa. If you can see ultimate mentality, materiality, Namarupa, then that Namarupa is real your Namarupa. Then you can understand. Now you are descending mentality materially from here up to mother's womb. This is one line. Like a thread. One line. But they are not permanent. They are nature. But nature successfully they are arising passing with as you one line. Then from mother's womb then up to that stage. That stage means you are really offering flowers to the Jediya, Pagoda. Up to that moment, you should try to descend Namarupa. When you are descending Namarupa, if that Namarupa is not your Namarupa, mentality, materiality, then it will be not your line, different line. This is another line. In the same way, one by one, if you descend, then among these five persons, one will be your mentality. If you are mentality material, then it will be like one line, like a thread. Then you can understand how, especially previous life, Poinga, Mindo, and this Mindo are one line, connected to each other. Then you can also understand. You can also understand more the attitude of mentality materiality and this your present attitude of mentality materiality nearly same. You can understand. But again, you should decide another mentality materiality like this lady. And then if you decide when they are accumulating whole Swantama, at that time they are, if you decide together, if you offer together, if you accumulate whole Swantamas together, then that mentality materiality you should try to see. If it is see, then previous like mentality materiality, how mentality materiality will be one line. You can see. But if they are different, it is not easy to search for inside knowledge. If they had been accumulated together, it is very easy to decide mentality material as in one line. Oh, this mentality material is how mentality material you can clearly understand. Do you want to know?
Yes.
Please go to Pao. I will teach you. Okay? Then let us start today. Idame Punya
Idame Punya
Asavakaya
Asavakaya
Mahahodu
Mahamotu
Idame Sila
Idame Sila
Idame Punya
Idame Punya
Nibbanasa
Nibbanasa
Pachayo
Pachayo
Hodu
Hodu
Idame Punya
Idame Punya
Sabha Sadhana
Sabha Sadhana
Bhajema
Pajema
Tisabe
Tisabe
Mesama
Mesama
Punya Baga
Punya Bagam
Labantu
Labantu Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu.
Lesson that we